So recording is on. We have seen what do you mean by node project. Can you please explain what is the node project? Hello? Why do you need node project? I have explained a lot of things related to node project, right? So when you say node project, it is for maintaining JavaScript files. In short, you can understand in this way. You have 10 JavaScript files. How do you manage those 10 JavaScript files? You can manage those 10 JavaScript files by means of combining them. And combined thing is called as package. So with what you can say, with the node, there is something called npm. What comes? Something called npm. npm is nothing but what? Node package manager, right? You see my screen, yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear or not about the node project? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Is it
Can
clear
you,
or not? What is node
repeat
pro?
it, like, on a high level?
Say it again. Say it loudly.
Can you repeat it on a high level?
Yeah. So when you say Node.js, we need Node.js to build the JavaScript applications, and we are going to consider our web app as a JavaScript application. We are going to consider our web app, whatever web app we would be developing, as a JavaScript application. Why? Because we need to deal with a lot of aspects of web development. One of the aspect is combining multiple JavaScript files, right? Adding the things dynamically, building the JavaScript project. And for that, you need something called as JavaScript node project. By means of node project, you can do all that tasks by means of these scripts. In the last session, we have seen node exec, node npm run exec. So that will run the underlying command. In the same fashion, what is going to happen while we develop the node applications, or the web applications, we are going to consider those applications as Node.js projects. So whenever we will do that, you will get to know exactly. And at the end, I have shown you something called as npm day.js. So this was the thing. Now see, this is the library which is written by few JavaScript developers, and they have uploaded it to the npm.js org. So what is this? npm.js org is a central repository. npm.js org is a central repository where you would be uploading a lot of projects, right? Now this day.js you can use in your project. This day.js, you can go to the official website, day.js. Now if you go here, getting started, if you click on the getting started, now if it is a browser, right, can you see this? You can copy this script, just copy this script Now see, first let me do it over here, new folder, day 66, and here simply I can do index.html and html5. Now see, if you remember, how do we add day JS demo, day.js demo, and if you remember, how do you add script in the web app? So you write script tag over here, right? And the src, we need to give a link of that file where this JS file is residing. So in this case, if you go here, the JS file is residing at this link. Just copy this link, paste it. In our cases, if you remember, we have done app.js over here. If you remember, script is getting loaded in this way. Okay, let's go here, day 64, right? And can you see script is loading on the local file, script src app01.js, local file. But here, script is not available on the local file, it is available on this server, CDN server, content delivery network, CDN. And the working JS file they have added at this location, working JS file, final JS file. Can you see day.min.js? Min stand for minified version, day.js.min.js. Okay. And now you can use the functionalities of this into your project. So you can write your own script over here and see what I can do. app01.js, app01.js, and here you can just go to the browser, installation, browser, and can you see day.js dot format. So here you can do console.log day.js. See, the function day.js is coming from this script. So here you can say dot format, and now if you open this, reveal in Finder, and hit the enter, go to the console, inspect, and console. Can you see here? You can see this date format. So from where this date format is coming, the date format is coming from this console, which means that day.js is successfully loaded in your system, right? So we can give a format in this way also. I just want YYDDMM. So you can give this format over here, and again go here and refresh it. Can you see 2024 like this? So here I can say triple Y. So I want to format date in this way. See here only this date. Now what I'm showing you over here, third party, loading third party libraries into your web application. Loading what? Third party libraries into your application. Either you can add the scripts in this way, go on adding script in this way. There can be multiple scripts. There can be what? multiple scripts available, and those scripts can be loaded in this way. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
Is that clear what we are trying to do here?
Yes, sir.
What we are trying to do over here, we are trying to use third party JavaScript which is not written by you. This day.js.min.js, this file is not written by you. This file is written by whole bunch of other developers, and you are trying to use it in your project. Correct? Now, question is that how do they have created this day.js.min.js file? Remember that it is a node project internally. The way they have coded, they have typed this day.js.min.js. So day.js itself is a node project, but the final outcome, whatever the final outcome is there, that final outcome you are using in a web app. Same fashion, same thing is going to happen with our application. Same thing is going to happen with our application. It will not. So we are creating a node project, which doesn't mean that you are working with the full-fledged Node.js thing. We are using Node.js just to work with some standard things. Okay. So this is script src. This is third party script. This is your script, and in your script you have used the day.js. Remember that in this case sequence matter. First this has to be loaded and then your script has to be loaded. Remember that you are loading these scripts into the web pages. You are loading these scripts into the web application, right? So this is this one HTML page, you can consider it as a web application. Right? Now, if you want to create the project like day.js, presently we don't want to create it, but your single web application is nothing but one JavaScript project. We can consider it as JavaScript project. Okay. Now see, loading this script directly like this is okay. Loading this script directly like this is okay. But whenever there is a node project, now see, let's initiate the node project. Cd dot cd day 66, cd dot cd day 66. and npm init day 66. Okay, just hit the enter, all the things standard, pretty standard, and one package.json file would be getting created. We have discussed what we mean by JSON. We are going to see in detail shortly what we mean by JSON. But this package.json says that this is something, a node project. Now you can add, now see, npm install, in this thing we need to add the day.js. Now you can go over here in a day.js, can you see, npm install day.js. Okay, save means what? Locally. Save, hit the enter. Now here you will find there is one node modules folder. Can you see, node modules has been created, and inside the node modules, the day.js file have been created. Now if you see here, one more thing have been added, dependencies. Dependencies means what? Whenever you build the application for deployment on the server, whenever you build the application for deploying it on the server, whenever you build this application, build means what? Combining multiple JS files together and adding the final deployable version of this HTML. Creating final deployable version of this HTML. What I'm saying? Creating final deployable version of this HTML is nothing but what? The build process. It is nothing but what? The build process. Creating final deployable version of the project is nothing but what build process is, right? And for that, can you see, we would be using a Node.js. For deploying project, you would be using Node.js. Getting my point? Hello? Hello? Am I audible or not?
Sir, please repeat again.
Build process. What do you mean by build process? Generating final deployable part is called as build process. And you need to perform
So,
some
question, like,
yes.
why we are generating the files, for example, packages.
Say that again. So this package.json.
Yeah, why we are generating that one? Like example, we do have app.js and index.html.
Correct.
Why can't we directly deploy it?
Yeah, because you cannot deploy it as it is. So this index.html cannot be deployed as it is. This app.js cannot be deployed as it is. Now, if you go like my website, if you go here and if you look at the source, one example I'm giving you, can you see, you cannot see this HTML in straight away, right? You cannot see HTML in a plain manner. This is the minified version, and all unwanted things are removed over here. But this is the development version. For development version, you may add some comments. In the code also, you may add few comments. You might have some commented code. But whenever you deploy these pages on the server, that comments and extra white spaces like this. So these are the white spaces, right? So body, there is nothing in a body, but body is way longer. So whenever you deploy this page on the server, these unnecessary things need to be removed. Getting my point? So before you deploy,
Min file means minified file.
Minified file. Yeah, one example I am giving you.
Okay.
One task.
No, generally, yeah, we are also using this one, but I was not aware of this, like why we are using this one.
Correct.
Generally do like whatever you are saying, right? Calculated thing
Correct.
or this related thing, and those file generated, we check in those files instead of normal JS files.
Correct. So this is the development file. This can have a lot of unwanted things, but that shouldn't be on the server. So before deploying application to the server, you need to clean this file. Before deploying application to this server, you need to clean this file. Even you need to clean this JavaScript file. And then you need to deploy the final version of the application. Correct? Hello? All of you, do you agree with this or not?
Yes.
And that process is called as build process. We do lot of tasks. Just one example I have given. One example of removing unwanted file. One example. There are a lot of other things in the build are involved. But these files are not ready to deployable. And to make these files deployable, we need to clean these files or we need to process these files. And who is going to do this processing? This processing can be done by a framework or a lot of libraries which are written based on the framework called as Nodejs, a runtime called as Nodejs. So there are people like the Day.js. Day.js will help you in the date management. Efficient date management can be done by the Day.js. Similarly, build process also made easy. Your build process also made easy by few node libraries. We are going to see that time to time. But I hope you got the idea of the Node.js. Now see here, I was explaining the node modules. Now see what happened. Your local Node.js, your local server, you can consider this is your local server, has contacted to the npm.js server and it has fetched that Day.js on your local machine. And can you see here you have written, here you have given a link of, here you have given third party servers link, but sometimes this is unwanted and you want to load it from the local version. So here you can go node modules, and inside node modules again there is the Day.js, and can you see Day.js.min. Same file. So here you are loading this file from the remote server, CDN server, but at this place what you have done, you asked node, you asked your npm to the go to the npm.js and fetch one file Day.js on your local machine, and the index.html is pointing to this local file. See here. So here it is pointing to CDN file and here it is pointing to the local file, and you will get same output. There is no difference. See again, it will work same. Correct? So this is how your node modules or dependencies work. So this thing is called as, can you see, under the dependencies, this Day.js have been loaded. Under the dependencies, this Day.js has been loaded. So the things which would be part of the final deployment that are written in the dependencies. Okay. Now here node underscore modules. So this folder you will never upload on the server. Node.js dependencies. Well, those people who are for the back end, we are going to see node in much more details. Okay. Hello? Did you got the idea?
Yes.
Now tomorrow we are going to see one framework. Tomorrow we will see one framework for creating the web applications. For creating web applications, we will see one framework dedicatedly. White. White. Front-end tooling. By means of this, we can create the Node.js server. We'll see that tomorrow. For the React also, we are going to use same thing. Tomorrow we will see this thing. Okay?
Yes.
Okay? Let's call it for a day. We'll meet tomorrow. Fine?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.